Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
And I'm Andy Murray from WhatCulture.
And don't forget you can download the news as a podcast when you're out and about by searching for WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from. But coming up today, all the fallout from NXT where a new Cruiserweight champion was crowned.
Shoot season is back open because Lana is not very happy with CM Punk.
The real reason John Morrison left the WWE in 2011.
And unfortunately, I've got to report the tragic passing of Rene Goulet.
This, wait for it, is the news.
Jesus Christ, man. Right after I've said I've got to report a tragic passing, we come through with the Ric Flair lights. But anyway, we're going to kick things off with, as we always do on a Thursday morning, rundowns. We're going to talk a little AEW first of all. And the big story coming out of last night's Dynamite is that the promotion have confirmed their next big pay-per-view. They are returning to Chicago, Illinois, their spiritual home, not their actual home, that's Jacksonville. But they're going back there on the 29th of February, Saturday the 29th of February, for a show titled Revolution. Revolution is the name of the next pay-per-view. It's alright, isn't it? You know, pretty generic wrestling pay-per-view. Sounds like an E-Fed.
Stomping ground.
It's no great balls of fire either. That's the main development coming out of that. But we also saw in the night's main event the Young Bucks going up against rivals Proud and Powerful in a Texas street fight. The Young Bucks emerged victorious there. They won themselves a shot at SoCal Uncensored and the AEW Tag Team titles in the process. Big match confirmed for next week. And we also got MJF answering Cody's challenge from the other week. MJF has agreed to a match with his former best friends. However, it's going to go down under his stipulations. And in true heel style, he refused to give you those stipulations last night. Instead, he's waiting for the Jacksonville show on New Year's Day. So, not the best episode of Dynamite, but I had a good time with it, and, you know, these are big developments.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited about the pay-per-view, and I read as well on Reddit Squared Circle, I'm terribly sorry, I can't remember which one of the Young Bucks it was, but they were basically laid out in the dressing room, completely taken down by flu, popped up, and then had that match.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Kind of absurd, really, isn't it? These guys are ridiculous athletes. You don't have to like what they do. That's fine. It's all subjective. But, you know, that's worthy of respect, isn't
it? Absolutely. And MJF is just the best at being the worst.
It's just another great heel promo from MJF. And I love kind of Wardlow as his, like, suit-clad Rick Rude type figure. It's good stuff, man. The show was good.
Come on, bra and panties match.
Oh, my God. All right. You want to see Cody in a thong, I guess?
Who doesn't?
I mean, he's a very well put together man, isn't he? So's MJF, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. And Wardlow. Right, let's move on and talk about the fallout from NXT. Lots to report from this as well. Dakota Kai was injured on last night's show, but the update is going to be coming in today's injury report video from WWE, of course, which is bad news. She defeated Mia Yim using the bloody turnbuckle because she's a bloody heel now. Great heel as well. In other news, we have a new Cruiserweight champion. Angel Garza defeated Lio Rush to claim that.
Trousers.
I mean, by all accounts, a phenomenal match between the two of them. And Finn Balor is the #1 contender for Adam Cole's NXT Championship in another thriller triple threat match. It was Finn Balor versus Tommaso Ciampa versus Keith Lee. I was rooting for Keith, and he managed to hit Tommaso Ciampa with a spirit bomb, but then immediately got his chest caved in by Balor. 1, 2, 3. Finn Balor, Adam Cole, NXT Championship next week. Both of these shows, AEW and NXT, are huge next week.
The NXT show is pretty much a mini takeover, right? It's similar to the first proper week of the Wednesday Night Wars when they loaded that card with title matches. Look, both of those title matches look absolutely incredible. Bloody Finn Balor versus Adam Cole, and Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler. Amazing.
And not to over-egg the pudding, it is Christmas after all, but really, when it comes to like them first launching NXT on TV and they said, we've got title matches, no one really bought the fact that many titles were going to change hands. There's an argument to be made there. It might not quite come off, but there's an argument to be made that both the men's and the women's titles could change hands next Wednesday.
Yeah, like I kind of smell a screwy finish in the men's match. I think
Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they can do with Gargano, Keith Lee as well. Why did Keith Lee take the pin last night, by the way? Just stop being cowards. Go all in on people. I digress, but you've still got stuff you can do with Lee, Gargano, Ciampa, Balor. There's so many different possibilities from that core group at the top. The women's title, I think it's time for a change, man. I love Shayna Baszler, but you know, Rhea Ripley is on fire at the moment.
I think they're going to pull the trigger on Shayna at the Royal Rumble to get the title off her now?
Yeah, why not? And also, congratulations to Angel Garza.
Yes.
He's getting married, he's a champion. That's a big night. That match was awesome as well. Wrestling's really good. What did we do?
Hey, wrestling's great. Yeah. Wrestling's great.
Yeah, stop arguing about stuff. Stop saying, okay, cool. I just swore.
You can tell it's the day of the Christmas party, can't you?
Not supposed to do that. Sorry, Mr. PG.
Hang on, wait a second. We can make it all better.
There we go. Hey, drop a swear. Go on.
No.
We've already got one in.
It's only going to annoy the editor even more.
Sorry, James. We're going to move on to our next story of the day, which revolves around Lana and CM Punk. So obviously yesterday, we talked about CM Punk fantasy booking the Loser Keeps Lana match.
Good match.
On WWE Backstage for WrestleMania 36. Lana has unsurprisingly responded to this unfavorably. So afterwards, Punk tweeted saying, "Loser keeps Lana match, booked it to Mania, blah, blah, blah." Lana quote tweeted this yesterday, CJ Lana Perry, saying, "I know you've been away from WWE for several years. Perhaps moving forward you will favour #WWE and Fox Sports 1 by refraining from misogynistic comments like chica," which is what he used on air. "Thank you, #WWE Backstage." So, yeah, that didn't go down well with old CJ, did it?
No, I mean, to a certain extent you can see where she's coming from, but I feel like the problem is slightly more endemic in WWE than CM Punk saying it.
Yeah. I mean... Why am I laughing? It was one swear word. It's not that funny. Yeah, I mean, Lana she's quite spicy with her social media use, isn't she? I mean, she's not like Oney Lorcan or anyone like that, but she isn't afraid of speaking out every now and then, throwing a few subtle barbs. This is a shambles. Why do we have the Christmas night out today? But yeah, what's this leading to? Punk versus Lana for WrestleMania?
Well, to a certain extent, you can also say it makes a lot of sense, because if you're going to shoot on anyone on Twitter, aside from your ex-husband now, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would be someone like CM Punk, because the fans adore him and want, you're meant to be getting heat. And doing stuff like that makes sense. Although going after him with a comment where most people would probably go, "Yeah, she's got a point there," is not the way to do it.
Yeah, he probably could, whether you think this is right or wrong or whatever, he probably could have used a different word.
Yes. Come on, it's 2019 after all. Right, let's move on and talk about John Morrison, a man I cannot wait to see in WWE. I love Starship Pain, but he's revealed as part of his appearance on yesterday's episode of The Bump, which is like the new biggest show in WWE. All the spoilers come out there.
It's crazy.
Anyway, he revealed why he left WWE in 2011. He basically explained that he wanted to take a year off, do some movies, do his own thing, and then he was going to come back to WWE. But, to quote him, that 1 year turned into 8.
And those 8 years were very good for him, to be fair.
Absolutely.
Top guy in Lucha Underground, top guy in Impact Wrestling, coming back, a little bit more hype than when he left, still looking ripped as hell, still looking like he can, he's still a really, really good wrestler, still has plenty of stock. Yeah, good for John Morrison,
I
man.
honestly think when they bring him back, they should put him into some sort of title picture. Whether or not they think he's on the par to do a world championship feud, maybe. But unless something happens at TLC with Braun Strowman, as we reported yesterday, why not have him feud with Shinsuke Nakamura? Two rock stars going at it.
I mean, the charisma would be leaking out of both of those buggers in the ring. Good stuff, man. I hope they just do something interesting with him and don't give him the usual mid-card stop-start push, because that's kind of what you had before. So let's do something cool with John Morrison in 2020.
How about, considering there's not many, he wasn't a free agent, but there's not many huge free agent signings that you can make nowadays, what with AEW and what have you, I don't know, have a long-term plan for him? Even if it's just like we'll put a mid-card title on him by SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Have that plan, follow that through, think about from now to then, rather than, here he is! Bollocks, what do we do now?
50-50 with Aleister Black.
Just think things through. He's a big star.
Do something good, make it good, and everything will be good. That's my life mantra. Anyway.
I want him to rename himself as Johnny Wrestling and have a fight with Johnny Gargano.
I'm here for that, brother.
The loser doesn't have a second name.
One of the loser becomes Johnny Full Sail or something. Johnny Developmental Territory.
Yes.
Sad news to close out the news today, unfortunately. We got to report the passing of Rene Goulet at 86 years old. He actually passed away back in May, as reported by the Cauliflower Alley Club, However, his family chose to keep that information to themselves. They kept it private until now, as is their right, which is to be respected. So, a little bit of background on Mr. Goulet. He'd been wrestling. He debuted in 1957. He was kind of a regular figure in the then WWF in the 70s and through the 80s. In 1971, him and Karl Gotch were tag team champions for a brief period of time. And when he retired in 1986, when he stepped away from the ring, he transitioned into a road agent's role. He was there till about 1997 before stepping away entirely. So he's got a few other honours to his name as well. He was actually the first ever wrestler to beat Ric Flair in a match, which was pretty cool. And he also wrestled Tito Santana in the first WWF match to ever go live on USA. And also, in 1981, he teamed with Andre the Bloody Giant to win what is now known as the New Japan World Tag League. So, leaves quite the legacy behind us, Mr. Goulet, and obviously at this difficult time in their lives, well, it's surely been a dark few months to them. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those close to him.
Yeah, exactly. I think you've kind of covered everything there. True legend of the industry. And once again, our thoughts are with Rene Goulet's family. Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE, of course, if you want to get in touch with us. Start with a question from Christopher Blade, who says, should we start off a petition for Walter to win the Rumble and face Brock at Mania? Yes, I am now obsessed with this match.
I mean, I think it would be one hell of a goddamn match.
I'd rather see that than him versus Tyson Fury or him versus Kane again, to be honest.
Yeah, me too, man. Like, I've kind of had enough of those. It's tough because the fan in me would love to see that, right? It would just be such a fun giant versus giant, two ring generals going at it. I think it would be awesome.
Plus, you don't really see Brock, like, wince at stuff. As in the chops, you know, like, obviously he does the whole punch drunk sort of thing.
Yeah.
But have him being like, ow, that really hurts.
It'll be a unique dynamic, but the thing is, at the end of the day, it's Walter. He's a huge internet favourite. He's one of my favourites. I love the guy. I think he's brilliant. But does he bring the same level of appeal as a bigger mainstream name does? I don't know, and that's why I think WWE probably wouldn't even consider something like this.
Vince McMahon thinks he looks like a big baby.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. That's why he jobbed him out of Survivor Series.
Shout out to Hamflet, man.
Yeah.
Hamflet can't look like a big baby, folks. He's like 95 or something. So old.
Big wrinkly baby.
He remembers when everything was black and white. Dusty boy.
Right, let's move on to our second question of the day from to Mr. and Mrs. Marsham, a son called Dave, who says, as 2019 comes to an end, let's fast forward. By this time next year, who will have had a run with a world title in WWE, AEW, and NXT? This time last year, who'd have thought Kofi would? Who is next to surprise us?
Who is next to surprise us? I mean, I don't think all three of those belts are gonna have like surprise title reigns.
Yeah. So pick one.
You know, they might do the wacky kind of WWE title win again because that belt is, you know, it's kind of what it is at the moment. It's just the thing is with WWE, it's a roll of the dice, it's a total coin flip.
It's not really too much of a surprise, but if you saw the WWE title around Matt Riddle's waist, I would not be complaining about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That wouldn't.
I campaign for this on every video, it seems.
I'm going to be a dick and say Andrade. Why not? Yeah,
yes!
He's going to get a big belt. He's going to team up with Charlotte Flair. He's going to split up with Zelina Vega. They kind of teased that this week. Him and Charlotte Flair is going to be a thing, and you know they love Charlotte Flair, so there you go.
That's an actual power couple I can get behind.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Final question today comes from Kurt Smith, who says, would having an NXT superstar winning the Rumble be a good or bad decision?
I think it would be a good decision because it would immediately tell you that this person is a massive, huge deal. They did that very successfully at Survivor Series, in the build and on the show where NXT mopped the floor. There we go. I'm struggling today with Raw and SmackDown. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Nice crowd-popping moment, nice star-making moment. Win, 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 win.
Would you have them challenge for the Universal or the WWE Championship, or to further legitimize NXT being, you know, the main roster as well now, have them simply challenge the NXT champion?
It's a great point, and it's a really tough question actually, because I think both options have their merit, but I would have whoever it is immediately go after the top belt in WWE, which is either the WWE or the Universal, whichever one Brock Lesnar's holding, really.
Do you know what it would remind me, what I'd like is, do you remember, I think it was Taker? Yeah, it was Taker. When they had all three. I think they had Cena, Lashley, and Batista in the ring, and he was making his decision because it makes them seem like they're all on a level playing field, even if we really know that they're not. So I'd like to see something like that as well. Right, let's move on to today's, and finally, you may have caught the mention that today is WhatCulture's Christmas party. Now, we were thinking about potentially starting the party early, having a beer, but it is currently 9:15 in the morning.
I'm Scottish and I wouldn't do that.
And we've still got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah.
So, do you know what? As it's the Christmas party, I know we've got Secret Santa later on. Don't worry, I haven't got you. But I thought I'd get you a little bit of a present. I apologise, I haven't had time to wrap this. But
I've done the same thing.
There we go. Right, okay. You ready?
I'm ready, baby.
I've got you Triple H as a toy. And if you can see there, he's spitting glitter.
That's very thoughtful.
What, you don't like it?
Turns out, mate, I've got you a little gift as well, and it's Triple H spitting
Yay!
out water with his little, I mean, there you go, mate.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you
Pleasure
too.
doing business with
to our
you.
UK viewers, make sure you get out and vote today. It is hugely important for the future of this country, so please go out and do it today. Right. Let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts. Plus, you can let us know your thoughts and Twitter questions on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. Watch there. Follow both of us. Now, don't swear when you say what H stands for. You can follow him at...
You can follow me at Andy Murray. The H stands for Holy...
You didn't put the H in. Andy H. Murray.
All right. The H stands for Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Ho, 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 Happy Christmas Night Out Day.
He started drinking early.
This video was a catastrophe. I'm sorry.
You can follow me at Adam Wilburn. Follow us all at WhatCultureWWE, as I said. My thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.